Hey guys, today we're watching more Casual Geographic. Some of you said in the comments there's a follow-up to the video we watched last time. So, let's get into it. Oh my god. Did they really make that sound? That was like a popping sound. I thought they just make the really deep. I literally started to do it. I literally started to like bang on my chest like a girl. Okay, I'm not going into that.
So there's a lot of talk about man versus bear. Would you choose the man? Would you choose the bear? How about we talk about that time women chose gorillas? This is Shibani. Shibani is a 27-year-old living in the Hiyashiyama Zoo in Nagoya, Japan, where his face card went viral and caused a direct increase in the number of female.
Is he giving Riz? Is this boy giving Riz right now? I'm not caught up on the lingo, but I'm pretty sure that this is like a Riz face, right? This gorilla is giving
Bruh? Call him George the way he had these women curious. Last name Clooney, because that's the main guy they compared him to. Oh, and if you couldn't tell, Shibani's also a 400+ pound primate with a perpetual pump. Not only that, he's a loyal husband with 2 wives and children. That's a family.
Loyal husband with 2 wives. Excuse me? How is that? It's a monkey. I mean, gorilla. So no. Someone corrected me in the comments on the last video. They're technically gray apes, which we are also a part of, which I think is kind of cool. Instead of just being monkey, we're gray apes. Let's go.
Being lusted after. Some of the words used to describe him were punky, heartthrob, metrosexual, sport.
Metrosexual. What? I've heard that, but I don't know what it means. Can someone explain what that means in the comments, please? Please enlighten me what metrosexual means.
Metrosexual. I didn't even know what that meant. One article even asked, quote, "Would you go for a romp in the jungle with Shibani?"
No! What the fuck is wrong with people?
Huh? A sinful liaison, that's harambe. Had women hot bothered, that's femme flambe. Call him Susan B. Anthony the way he had women showing up to the poll. Just kidding. Real ones know gorillas ain't packing anything but a room. But yeah, Shibani's looks transcended the laws of nature. And if I had a nickel for every time a woman's feelings towards a gorilla made headlines, I'd have 2 nickels. Which is too many more than I should have. One woman
You know what? That's very, very true. That's 2 nickels too many right there. There's 2 nickels too many. Also, I feel really small. Let me just make this a bigger. Is it better when bigger like this, guys? Let me know. Let me know.
At the Geographic Zoo in the Netherlands.
Try saying that 5 times fast. Holy shit.
And her favorite was a silverback named Bakito. Up to 4 times a week, she'd find him, make direct eye contact, and smile.
Oh, no.
I'm not even gonna explain how much of a gorilla middle finger that is.
Yeah,
Keepers tried to warn her, but she didn't listen. Her and Bakito, they had a connection. Oh, they connected all right. One day she smiled again and called him constipated because Bakito was not.
It's just fucking body
slide. Bakito broke out and would proceed to put the beats on her like Afro music. And he jumped over a water-filled ditch to do it. Gorillas hate water.
Oh, I didn't know they actually hate water that much. What the fuck? Oh wait, again, someone else in the comments, they said, I think it was chimps though, like they have like really like their bodies are like so dense that they can't float, so they really dislike water. I didn't think it was the same for gorillas, but then again, they're also technically part of the same. I think they're part of the same family, right? I mean, they are obviously, but they're separate, but they're the same, is what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say.
Fed up.
I sound so dumb.
He was escorted back home, where he lived well for another 16 years until he passed away in April of 2023. His get back on his biggest fan / op was immortalized as a word of the year. And the woman, who I originally felt bad for, apparently didn't get hit hard enough. So for y'all that don't know, my first aspiration in life was to be a zookeeper. I even had a state-of-the-art custom virtual simulator to prepare. Yet
Let's go it game, by the way, go it game. That and Roller Coaster Tycoon. Go so many hours
that dream flatlined pretty quick for reasons. But this video is going to be about probably what my life would look like as a zookeeper, the weird stories, the dirty secrets, and the random trivia the average person
that has not left my mind from the last time. Holy shit, that's not, bruh. I will forever see that. I will never forget that. I will never forget the fucking elephant colonic
Probably know
irrigation,
nothing
bruh.
about. Like, what is the most dangerous animal in the zoo? Like, actually,
Why would you
the
slap
answer
the
just
hippo?
might surprise you. Actually, probably not. Born Free USA has a database where you can look up incidents involving exotic animals in America, and if you search up animal attacks,
I'm gonna be real. I'm not gonna put in the effort. I would rather just watch videos. I would rather watch videos than put in this amount of
by
effort
any
and
species
read. I'm dyslexic anyway, so reading cannot make a
in
cup of
any
tea.
state in an AZA accredited zoo, you'll see that the #1 culprit are big cats. Because out of 101 recorded injuries, they caused 46 or 38%. Elephants were second at just over 17%, but if you
Y'all,
prove
let's
anything,
go,
is that a
Ellies.
lot of them had it coming. Which is probably why primates earned bronze in brutality at 14%. Reptiles like Komodo dragons and bears like pandas got just over 4% each. 9% were marine.
Wait. Komodo dragons? They're like, I know they're dangerous because of the saliva and the speed and like they'll hunt until like they catch things, but like, I would have thought they make escape attempts or anything, right?
Attacks by animals like orcas, dolphins, and stingrays, and the remaining
Bruh.
13% were just other. Other being something like a kid falling into a
Other.
rhino enclosure or a woman climbing into a giraffe pen and nearly getting kicked off the census. Now,
God, that was such a swift kick. Holy
take it with a grain of
shit.
salt, because I thought for sure zebras would be up there, but they weren't even on
Why
the
you
list.
oh,
And I know for a fact
I didn't even
at least
see
a
him.
couple should.
Oh my god.
But these are
I didn't even see the person getting dragged off by the zebra. I thought the fucking zookeeper was chasing the zebra, and I was like, bro, what are you doing? Then I saw the person being dragged by the arm. Bro.
I want to know what zooby's most likely to put a halo on my head.
Actually, thinking about that, what the fuck do you do in that situation? Like, imagine it. You've pissed off a zebra. It's bit you by the arm and is dragging you. Like, you are going with it whether you want to or not. What do you do in that situation? How the fuck do you get out of that? I'm gonna assume you just don't. Because I'm pretty sure horses can, like, bite through, like digits and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure they'd be able to bite off your arm if they wanted to.
Well, in the same database, if you looked at every time a person got put on a shirt at a zoo, accredited or not, big cats did it over 40% of the time, with elephants at a hair under 30, and surprisingly, bears barely even scratched at less than 9%. But here's the thing, if you look at
I'm surprised by that. I thought bears would be higher.
non-accredited zoos, the big cat number grows to 47%, with bears and elephants at 16 apiece. And lastly, in accredited zoos, elephants actually took the lead at 47%. Big cats were the suspect 33% of the time, and bears...
Again, elephants, but at the same time, I'm a little bit shocked. I would have thought elephants wouldn't have been as like dangerous or high. I know they're wild animals, and I should always just remember that. But like, there's that part of me that's like, no, elephants are nice and gentle and kind creatures.
Weren't even on the board. So if you're a zookeeper at a zoo that actually has its stuff together, statistically, if there's any animal that erases you, it's gonna be an elephant. And if the zoo's suspect...
Huh? Please tell me I didn't just see what I thought I saw. Please, for the love of God, please tell me I didn't just see what I thought I saw. I'm not going back. We're not watching that again. I'm not rewinding this video. I am going to assume that was AI generated or like a funny skit or something, you know, like CGI, like that wasn't real. It was like that fucking scene in Hancock. Holy shit. Yeah, okay. It was a movie. It was fake. It's fake. It's not real.
Big cat might be your downfall. But also remember, if it does happen, it'll probably be your fault or your coworkers. Now, if you work at a zoo long enough, eventually some animal's gonna escape, whether it's a minor inconvenience like a bunch of meerkats or a code red dead to rights and murk on site like a chimpanzee. It's gonna happen.
My God.
And the best reaction.
You see that in your fucking bedroom. That face like leering over you in your bed. What do you do? What do you do other than shit yourself?
It's pro-action, so some zoos do escaped animal
Holy
drills
shit,
instead of
that's
actual
horrifying.
animals. Yeah. One Japanese zoo will have workers cosplaying as an animal taking a cue from Madagascar and breaking out. Thank God, because I'm not even going to tell you what I thought this was. What the heck? It's a pretty harmless way to remind everyone what to do when an animal gets out. That being said, this would be a tragic time.
Wait, so they do this in front of the animals as like a warning, like this is what happens if you break out, don't break out. They like they reenact it, they run a skit of It does not actually work. It feels like it wouldn't work. It feels like a dumb skit they put on for like the tourists.
To not be sober at the zoo. What animal is the most likely to escape? In my
I
non-professional
don't know.
online opinion, there's two. If you want to test how good a spot is at keeping the animal in, you
Wait, orangutans. I remember,
should
orangutans.
probably hire the man of the forest. Or the orangutan.
Yes! Let's go! Obviously, guys, I pre-watched this, obviously, of course. Joking. No. Orangutans are just the best, I'm
Fu
sorry.
Manchu was an orang that nearly got an entire staff
Hell
fired. There was a
yeah.
solid week where they would show up to work and the entire orangutan posse would be posted up outside. About a week was how long it took for them to realize that Fu had snagged a wire, hid it in his mouth most of the day, and used it to pick his enclosure lock when no one was looking. And Ken Allen was
so
a hairy Houdini who got
smart.
out so many times that the zoo had to hire rock climbers to find
Look at him! I just want to hug him. I want a hug.
every possible point of exit, because they didn't know how he got out, and Ken for sure wasn't about to tell him. And what did he do with all this freedom? Well, when he wasn't wandering the zoo looking at animals like everyone else, he was pelting rocks at another orang named Otis, because even a 95% vegetarian can make room
I remember this. I'm not laughing at them pelting rocks, I'm just laughing at the absurdity of this. This fucking orangutan broke out just to go fucking shit on someone else. Oh my god. He's just BMing on his fucking like friend from across the way. It's like, look, motherfucker, I got
for beef. The other animal's the red panda. Do your homework.
Wait, really? I know nothing about red pandas, so this is gonna be
On how hard it
enlightening.
is to keep this red-faced raccoon in. A quick Google search will tell you that a red panda escape has made the
Look
news
at
at
the
least
colors.
once in 1978, 2005, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2012, 2013, and probably more. My favorite was red panda Rusty slipping out the Smithsonian and walking the streets of Washington, D.C. completely unbothered.
That's incredible. I hope they got him back and he was okay, but that is incredible. Also, red pandas, best colored animal, just saying. Just like
So yeah, if your
orangutans.
job's keeping a ninja panda or a Cheeto-flavored gorilla in check, you're gonna have a bad
my
time.
God.
But some animals are a great time to work with, and it's often not the ones you'd expect. Rhinos are legally blind trauma tanks that'll buck up to a butterfly. In a zoo, it's a 2-ton Labrador with the personality of a lapdog. And they put the zoo in zoomies. Turkey vultures are
look at
unironically
him.
like precocious toddlers that'll follow their favorite keeper around and play games with them. And cheetahs might just be the
Really?
most people-proof predator of them all. In fact, almost too much for their own good. Cheetahs get treated like the doormat of the savannah, and their life doesn't become a cakewalk in captivity.
Yeah, I
Oftentimes,
remember
the overgrown
this.
house cat is too anxious to even think about making more cheetahs. So,
Wait, they get anxious? I don't know if this has been before, because I don't remember this, but my memory is fucking appalling, as you all know. They get anxious? Really? That's really endearing.
cheetahs get emotional support dogs. So the dogs
Yes. Oh my god. They get fucking emotional support dogs. Oh, that's amazing. That's actually such a fucking good idea. Such a good fucking idea. I love that. I love that they get emotional
are
support
assigned to the
dogs.
cheetahs as cubs, and the idea is they become a bonded pair, with the cheetah seeing Fido as a role model to mirror and take social cues from. It's literal emotional support, because if the
Okay.
introvert cat sees that the dog isn't stressed or pressed, it allows them to chill out, or at least enough to motivate them to multiply without a calculator.
That's so
And to make it even more
good.
wholesome, a lot of zoos like the one in San Diego will use dogs rescued from kill shelters. Definitely one of the top 5
Yes. Oh my. Okay, that's fantastic. That's such a wonderful fucking cycle. I love that. More of this,
animal
please.
friendships. And it's not even the only one in San Diego.
Puppy.
This is Zari the zebra, also from the San Diego Zoo. And this
Okay.
is her best friend, Sophia. You see, Zari doesn't
San
just live there.
Diego.
She's one of the ambassadors for the zoo, spreading smiles and awareness. But I'm also guessing you can't really have your ambassador around other zebras because,
Oh.
let's just say that might not be the best influence. So in comes
Was that the zebra or the woman? I could not tell. Was the scream from the zebra or the woman? That was insane.
Sophia, a miniature Mediterranean donkey and Zari's roommate and best
Aw,
friend.
look at
To say
them.
they're inseparable would be a massive understatement. And while I can't
Aw.
exactly tell you who's influencing who, just know Zari and Sophia give any cheetah dog duo a run for their money. Now, speaking of role models, have you seen this video of a panda struggling to break bamboo? Well, that's Meng,
No.
and he's not struggling. The story goes, he was hand-raised by humans his entire life, and while a 250-pound bear might have no problem snapping sticks, a weaker human
Okay.
will. So apparently years of watching
So he's mimicking. He's mimicking the people. So they would like grimace and
surrogates
so
get humbled by a
fucking
bamboo somehow taught him that that face is necessary to break
Yeah.
it. You can even find
Yeah,
videos
yeah,
where he
yeah,
breaks it, starts eating, realizes he forgot to
Oh
struggle
my
just
God.
to grimace and continue. Pandas are a lot of things, and apparently Good at Simon Says is one of them. They're also by far the
Aw.
most expensive animal you'll see in a zoo.
Yeah, but they're worth it. I don't care that they're like a bottleneck and they're expensive as fuck. They're
Any
adorable.
American zoo that wants a panda will have to pay a small annual leasing fee of up to $1 million, along
That's
with
so
600,000
bullshit.
for
That's
every
so
cub born there.
bullshit.
Add the millions to build their enclosures and the thousands spent feeding them, and the black and white bamboo
Yeah.
bear is about 5 times more expensive than second place. And that's literally the biggest thing alive with legs. And best believe they know it. You might never meet a more high maintenance.
This isn't real. This is not real. This is not real. I'm sorry, I refuse to believe he's just dancing like that. He's got his hip caught, hands on hips like, feed me, motherfucker.
mammal. In 2014, the Chengdu research
Oh,
base set up a
bro.
live stream so viewers could watch expecting mother. These names are killing me. Hin bring another panda into the world. It was then
Him?
canceled after it was discovered she had faked her pregnancy. Somehow, the same animal that got its brain nerfed by nature.
How in the fuck did they manage to fake a pregnancy?
Nature
What?
figured out that if they can play pregnant even after the hormones wear off, they can finesse preferential treatment. And they're not wrong. Any future mother pandas are moved to a single with AC, they get round-the-clock care and more fruits and bamboo. Quite frankly, I don't blame the bears for
Okay, that explains why she faked. Okay, you know what? Go, girl.
working smarter.
Go.
But it gets even crazier. Did you know pandas can be bougie? Mei Lun and Mei Hun were 2 pandas born and raised in the Atlanta Zoo, but were sent back to China in 20.
God, just look at them. Just look at them. Tell me you don't. Tell me you see that and your heart doesn't melt. I literally can feel my heart melting right now looking at them. I just want to pick them up and cuddle them so badly. So bad. I know you're not allowed to, but God, if I was like one of the zookeepers there, the temptation just to pick one up and just cuddle them, isn't unbearable.
13. The only problem? They refused to eat
Look
any
at
traditional
them.
Chinese meals, only American. They were not rocking with the
They had preferential taste for American burgers. Let's go.
Wow, they wanted biscuits and cookies, and pandas aren't even
Hell
the only ones
yeah.
to pull some stuff like this. Japan's Akone-en was used to feeding their residents aji, or Japanese horse mackerel, but thanks to inflation, they decided to cut costs by switching to a cheaper alternative, saba. And wouldn't you know, the penguin
Okay.
with king in its name was not about to eat like a peasant, since them and the otters refused to substitute. You see, that's the part of zookeeping they don't tell you. All that time
Wow.
spent preparing fish, slaving away while the stench of your
Wow.
profession dents your social life, just for an uppity tuxedo chicken to choose hunger strike.
The tuxedo chicken. I love these fucking names he just comes up with on the fly. They're so good. They're so accurate.
No, they don't get paid enough for that. Literally, the only compromise was mixing the cheap fish with the aji. As you can see, some animals are way more high maintenance than others, but some are too difficult to even exist in zoos. Think about it. Think of all the zoos you've ever been to and try to see if you can come up with any.
Okay, I'm gonna think about it. I've been to exactly 0 zoos. I've been to 0 zoos. Surprisingly enough, I'm not really an animal person. This is my most exposure and the most I've ever learned about animals. I'm literally learning this shit with you guys. So like you were saying, like genuine, like I don't know animals. I know dogs, and I kind of know cats. I know dogs very well. I've grown up with dogs my entire life. Like I said in the last video or a few videos ago, I've had 10 boxer dogs at one time before. Since I've been alive, there's been a dog in my life or multiple dogs. I know dogs very well, but anything else outside of that, I don't know. I have no
notable
clue.
absences. Okay, time's up.
Cats.
When's the last time you saw a moose in a zoo? For a lot of y'all, including me, probably never.
Oh.
You probably.
Is that moose doing the Jesus? Is it doing the Jesus thing of walking on water? Huh?
We've seen bison, bears, bobcats, cougars. Y'all know I could speak on wolves, but no moose. why. Moose have specific diets, they're built like a tank and of course eat like one, and
Holy
really you can do
shit.
everything right, they can still pass tense in a few years. And apparently feeding an antler warrior that
Wait,
can't even survive
really?
a president's term is a bad investment. So are leopard seals. You'll likely never see the op of Happy Feet in the zoo. No.
Wait, no. Chris, oh wait, no, I literally just remembered. I literally just said I've not been to a zoo, and then I remembered, I think it was last year now, I was in Japan with friends and I went to a zoo there. I tell a lie. Look, you know, this is what I mean when I say my memory is appalling, guys. This is why I'm the forgetful fox goddess, okay? This is why. I have been to a zoo. It was in Japan. I was on a rooftop in Japan. I forget where. And there were seals there. There were seals in there. Oh, sea lions? I'm not sure which one. There were the small, like, more furry ones, less fat. Whichever ones
Narwhals
those
can
are.
literally die of social anxiety, so they're out. Tarsiers sometimes seppuku themselves in captivity, so that's a no-go.
Wait. These little fucking thug things. Damon. Oh my god, that's
And they say
horrible.
dietary restrictions are why proboscis monkeys are rare in zoos. I call bullshark. It's
Oh.
definitely because Schnazi might be the most inappropriate animal to take your kids to see. And yes, my head's here for a reason. I'm not about to catch an age restriction over an overexposed lipstick dispenser. Or they could just
my
use
God.
fake animals, cause
What do you mean? What do you mean? You were so golfed in penis before. What do you mean? What do you
not like
mean,
that hasn't
bro?
happened before. In 1987, a zoo in China was exposed for painting a sun bear and presenting it as a panda. That's a sun bear, by the way.
Oh, it looks like a guy in really bad like cosplay. It looks like there is a dude in
In
there.
2018, a zoo in Cairo did the same, except they had a donkey and zebra face. 2013, and we're back in China, except this controversy was about their resident African lion. There's a lion. Did y'all even try?
There's a dog.
By far, my favorite counterfeit creature story is...
Oh god.
These dogs are advertised as panda dogs. They're just dogs, okay?
Panda
According to Chinese
dogs,
state media,
what
the
the
zoo confirmed it dyed the dog's fur to look like pandas to fill in the blank of not having actual pandas.
Oh my god. Oh my. You know what though? Kind of fucking adorable. I would never, ever in a million years advocate for this or do it myself if they're as fucking horrid. I do have to admit it is cute. I have to say it's cute, but I would never in a million years advocate you do that to your dog. It was fucking
If I
barbaric.
took time out of my day and spent my hard-earned money to go see a panda and got this, I'd probably go and
pissed.
spend more. Man, they got pandas from Temu. I can't even be mad. So obviously people
Yeah,
are
the
usually happy
Temu
to see
pandas.
animals at zoos, but you ever wonder how the animals feel? Well, someone did, and a study
Probably
from Nottingham
anxious,
Trent
right?
and Harper Adams University studied over 250 animals in zoos to see how their behaviors changed around human company. Using hours of observation and research, they found that the animal most excited to see people at zoos, and I really hope this is true, were elephants. Elephants
Yay! Okay, I
the
like
most
that.
positive reactions to large groups of
I
people,
like that.
becoming more active, more playful, and overall seeming to have a better time when humans were around. The
Let's
other people happy animals
go.
included cheetahs, jaguars, penguins, grizzly bears, polar bears, a cow called a batang, servals, and black-tailed prairie dogs. And on the other side,
Aw.
the animals that seemed to like human company the least were hedgehogs, ostriches, marsupials like kangaroos,
Don't you dare say orangutans. Don't you dare say
ungulates like
orangutans.
giraffes and antelopes, and probably most random of all, the tuatara. They have three
It's a lizard. It's a lizard. I know
eyes,
we're
and
gonna see it
apparently
anyway.
none of them want to see us. As for the rest, the vast majority of animals had no reaction. The study does raise an interesting question, and that's how the pandemic affected zoo animals. Believe it or not, some
Yeah.
animals actually started to
I wouldn't have thought of that. Genuinely wouldn't have thought like how the pandemic affected zoos over everything else.
The
Blah.
worldwide panoramic left elephants confused and disappointed, birds like kias and
Oh.
cockatoos missed the attention, and you even had apes like chimps actively looking for missing visitors. And while the shutdown gave us gems like
Oh.
penguins exploring empty aquariums, or a sea lion getting introduced to a tegu, by far the best story to come out was what happened
That guy, this guy here, he's having his mind blown right now. He is having his mind completely blown by just seeing this thing
in a
here.
Japanese aquarium. You see, the eels in Tokyo Sumida Aquarium were used to people, but the pandemonium turned them back people shy, and
Those are eels? Why does it... Okay, seeing that, does anyone else get like a really like uncomfortable feeling? Like if I saw that, it would freak me out. Wait, I mean IRL. Like looking at it now, it makes me uncomfortable. I don't like looking at this. But like if I saw it IRL, I would not go near. It would just freak me out how they're all just like peering up in the same direction.
But the pandemonium turned them back people shy, and those same eels would now hide in the sand whenever a worker or someone would walk past. The problem is that made it almost impossible to check up on them and keep them healthy. The solution was the aquarium asked people to FaceTime their eels to refamiliarize them with people, like some exposure therapy. There was a legitimate time where you could have gone on a date with an antisocial eel, and the worldwide Panera brought a lot of that, but this was definitely a bright spot. But now, zoos are back open, so here's some hacks to get the most out of your experience. Animals are going to be most active on cooler, cloudier days, and they usually peak as soon as the doors open. Also, you're going to want to aim for a random weekday, since the less crowded the better. Try it. If you can be there the next overcast 10 a.m. on a Tuesday, I swear you'll see a different zoo. And if you're a cat person, you might want to wear some Calvin Klein. No, seriously, the Klein is a favorite for cats of all kinds, from cheetahs to cougars, from
no shot. No fucking shot. There's no way.
In fact, researchers have caught wild jaguars on camera by dousing the trap in obsession for men.
Bro.
So next time you're at the zoo and end up in big cat country, go ahead and spritz some of the Klein and see what happens. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. I imagine I'm gonna get a couple comments disappointing to me for not blasting zoos for 15 minutes, that I can't possibly care about animals if I still go to them. Here's my take. I've always said that zoos are capable of a lot of good and a lot of bad, but a lot of them are an invaluable resource for conservation and awareness. And while I agree, there are some species that are just not built for zoos. A majority of them are there because they literally would be worse off in the wild. Przewalski's horse was basically halfway down the grave, but it was the work of zoos that helped bring them back from the brink. Same thing with the California condor, and about a dozen more. And spare a thought for zookeepers. Are overworked, underpaid, usually overqualified.
Sorry. I'm not laughing at zookeepers. I'm laughing at the panda on the leg and then the pelican just trying to eat one of them.
Like I said, the smell isn't just something they leave at the office. Not all zoos are created equal, and it's at best lazy, and at worst almost dangerous to put them all in the same boat. But I'ma stop yapping, drink water, hug your mother, support your local zoo, just make sure it's accredited. Matter of fact, give a zookeeper a hug, who knows how much they need it. And I'ma see y'all
holy shit
in the next one.
Okay, that was good, that was good. Sorry, this is like kind of similar to the last video we just did, but I thought it was a good idea to do the follow-up immediately after. Regardless, I hope you liked it. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. And yeah, I'll see you next time, guys. Bye!